Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker and its teaser trailer debuted just around 4 days ago, and it left a lot of fans very much speechless as to what was happening between both Rey, Kylo Ren, and of course the famous laughter of Palpatine in the background toward the very end of the footage. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about this movie that a lot of people are really interested in is, of course, exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to utilize the characters of Kylo Ren and Rey in this story in a very unique way in comparison to how they were used in both The Force Awakens and in The Last Jedi. Now, these past couple of weeks ago, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to various concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting and intriguing for the third act of the film. Specifically, it's described that shot descriptions consisting of Kylo Ren on a large battlefield, where it said that he throws his lightsaber like a boomerang at a pair of Resistance fighters in the distance. It's described to be a brutal sequence where it slices each fighter's chest area as they fall down to the ground. The next goes over Rey jumping on a speeder, where it said that she hands Poe Dameron Han Solo's blaster and leaves it behind as she takes off. It said that Rey speeds through the battlefield where bombs are falling from the sky by TIE bombers, causing clouds of dust blocking Rey's vision. It said that Rey takes out some stormtroopers by use of her lightsaber while on the speeder and also using the blasters equipped on her speeder. Another goes over the Knights of Ren fighting Maz Kanata's pirates and slaughtering them one by one with weapons that are similar to the Z6 riot from The Force Awakens. It said that one of the knights has no helmet on in this particular sequence, as it is a human male with black hair and has a tight short ponytail that is colored black. The last goes over Kylo Ren and Rey with both of their lightsabers ignited, where it's described that they are charging toward each other's. They crash their lightsabers as a massive explosion occurs in the background within the First Order headquarters. The explosion is described to be between both Rey and Kylo Ren, giving a parallel to the lava between Anakin and Obi-Wan in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this and as to why this really seems like it is, of course, J.J. Abrams trying to really deliver when it comes to the third act of the movie by really giving us an all-out war and a war to end all wars, and really going out with a bang with the final film of the Skywalker saga. Now, one thing is for certain is that Episode 9 is going to have a lot of massive space battles, land battles, and finally a proper lightsaber duel, which is something that a lot of fans have been asking for the longest time, right? Now, one thing that I do want to go over that really does interest me the most is Kylo Ren performing the move, in which he throws Kylo Ren's lightsaber, of course, like a boomerang. So, how Kylo Ren throws it like a boomerang, we've seen this before in Legends, comics, video games, you name it. A lot of it was pretty much done in the expanded universe, and we've seen it in some of the other forms of canon under Disney as well. So throwing the lightsaber like a boomerang toward some of his enemies, and the actual lightsaber comes back to him. I actually really like this move, and it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what that's actually going to look like on the big screen. We do know that this movie's going to have a lot more of the prequel trilogy choreography, if you will, between the moves of both Rey and Kylo Ren. I think we've seen a great example of this when Rey actually does that little backflip there on the desert world in the Rise of Skywalker's teaser trailer, when she does that backflip over the TIE fighter. I don't know about you guys, but it gave me flashbacks to the prequel trilogy era. If you think back to the original trilogy, we didn't get too many backflips per se. We got that one by Luke Skywalker at the very end of Return of the Jedi, but we didn't get a whole lot of them. However, in this film, we do know that J.J. Abrams is really mixing a lot of the prequel trilogy choreography with, of course, what was done in the originals, in order to really make it catered towards all Star Wars fans around the world. Now, the second piece that I do want to go over is the last piece, which was the First Order headquarters actually exploding within, as Kylo Ren and Rey are charging toward each other with their lightsabers ignited, before they pause and look at the destruction of the First Order headquarters, or at least partially. Now, this is a direct parallel to, of course, Revenge of the Sith, when we have both Anakin and Obi-Wan clashing their sabers together, where we see the lava rising in the background between them, where a lot of the dirt, the clouds of the dirt, of course, is blocking her vision. Now, she's using her lightsaber to take out numerous stormtroopers as she's riding on this bike. Now, this to me, it really sounds like J.J. Abrams is taking a lot of inspiration from past movies and franchises and eras, right? We also know that this movie is going to be heavily based off of World War II, specifically the beach of Normandy. So the land battle at the very end of the movie in the third act is really going to be quite massive, and it's going to have a lot of sacrifices and losses, and a lot of decisions will be made by our heroes and villains in this story. And the other piece that really does intrigue me is, of course, the Knights of Ren, how they are fighting Maz Kanata's pirates, one of which does not have a helmet on, and is described to be a human male, not a humanoid, but an actual human male, without his helmet on, and he actually has this black hair, and it's tied back in a short ponytail. So you can already see that they want to make the Knights of Ren a little bit more on the human side, showing us exactly who they are underneath the masks, right? And I think that's a good move by JJ, because a lot of people are wondering, who are the Knights? Where do they come from? You know, what are their origins? What's gonna happen to them in this movie? Are they gonna die or live on? What's gonna happen to them once Kylo Ren makes a certain decision, whatever that may be? So let me know what you guys have to say about all of this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Thank you.